My name is William Valentin, the newly elected president of the Correctional Officers Benevolent Association. I wanted to address you because as president, I have a specific agenda that I will be following. I wanted to have a discussion with you and immediately call a meeting so that we can discuss the forward movement of the COBA. There are some things that I have in mind. Myself and my team are ready to implement starting tomorrow. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to audit all COBA accounts. We're going to have this audit done within the next 30 days, and by the next general membership meeting we'll report the findings of that audit to you, the membership. We will then discuss how we will move forward from that point. Provisions have already been in place to recuperate the money lost through the Norman Seabrook scandal. I will get into the particulars of those actions that we're taking by the next meeting as well. They should be coming to fruition shortly. So we're going to do everything in our power to immediately recuperate the monies lost from the annuity fund and from the general fund. Some other things that we want to implement immediately is we are immediately going to call in all of the vendors for the COBA. We are going to have those vendors give them an opportunity to discuss with us a better option for correction officers. We're also going to have 3 additional vendors for each area. For example, our optical plan, we are going to have 3 additional optical vendors come in and have discussions with the COBA Executive Board to find out what are our best options and what is going to give you, the members, the best benefits. We're going to call in prescription companies, 3 additional prescription companies. We're also going to call in the dental companies as well. We're going to examine everything. We're going to look at the life insurance policies. We would like to immediately raise our life insurance payouts, especially for the retirees. The retirees, I don't know how that got that way, but that's not going to stay that way. We're going to give the retirees an optional benefit where they can have an increased life insurance policy. Either way, it's going to increase, and they will have the opportunity to have it increase dramatically. I will discuss all of those things with you, along with the executive board, at the next COBA meeting. It's going to be a very interesting meeting. I suggest that you come out. There are several other things that we're going to implement. I would like to, within the next 30 days, have an election in each fraternal organization. So the Hispanic Society, the Guardians Association, the Asian Jade, every fraternal organization, including the FOP, I would like for those organizations to have a election, and I would like them to elect 1 member of each organization. I would like to appoint a committee who is going to assist the COBA with our forward movement. They're going to help us to make decisions for correction officers. This way everybody is represented at these meetings. I would like to have that done within the next 30 days. I want to move swiftly with a lot of these things. First thing is to increase our benefits. That's the most important part. Shortly after that, we're going to begin our assault on the City of New York and the Department of Corrections. We want a safe work environment for correction officers. We won't stand for anything less. We will take action, successful action, to make sure that we get it. The overtime is astronomical. It's due to mismanagement of the Department of Corrections. We intend to address that and have that remedied immediately. I also want to make provisions in the minimum standards, and I want the Board of Corrections on board to acknowledge the fact that after a certain amount of hours, it is dangerous for correction officers to work overtime. I want to have that implemented as soon as possible, and correct this overtime catastrophe that we have going on right now. I would also like to immediately create deterrence with the Department of Corrections. I would like to sit down with them and come up with deterrence for violent assaults on correction officers. This will not be stood for. I don't know how it has gone on for so long, but it will stop now. We want deterrence for violent offenders. We also want stricter penalties for violent offenders. We would like them to be arrested for Class C felonies for assault on correction officers, which carries a weight of up to 15 years in prison. Also, immediately, we want their sentences, any sentences that result in a violent act on a correction officer or a civilian, we want those penalties to be consecutive with their whatever they're doing currently. So we also want some deterrence put in place with the department with regards to limited visits, limited or no commissary. We would like to have their accounts frozen. We would like, if a splashing incident occurs, we would like the money to come immediately out of the inmate's account for the item of clothing so that we can purchase new items of clothing. We would like that account frozen if they don't have the money in there to pay it, and restitution be paid as soon as those monies become available. These are some of the ideas that we have immediately to press forward and get the change that correction officers need. We want your participation. I want transparency and accountability in COBA. I've been on this job for almost 27 years, and I've had a very good career. There's really nothing, you can look at my 22R, you can look at my career, you can look at all the Gentex of all the uses of force that I've had, and I'm pretty transparent. If I've done something wrong, then I'll admit to it, and if I haven't, then I refuse to admit to it. I'm certainly going to fight it to the end. We would like that same situation for the COBA. We want transparency. Look at the books. You're the members. You're the ones that control this union. This has somehow been forgotten, but I certainly have not forgotten. You run this union. We work for you. The president and the executive board work for you. So certainly, if you're suffering, that is a horrible, horrible judgment on us. We're not doing our job. If you're suffering, we're not doing our job. If you're getting assaulted with no penalties for the inmates, we're not doing our job. If your benefits are horrible, we're not doing our job. Okay? At the end of the day, the prior COBA executive board, though they were enthusiastic in the start, were not doing their job. Certainly Norman Seabrook was not doing his job. I intend to do my job, and you can hold me accountable for it. I and the executive board will not let you down. We are going to immediately put sanctions in place. We are immediately going to take action. We are immediately going to sit down and replace Kohler & Isaacs as our law firm. We have several other law firms that are going to be petitioning for the position. I would like to get the fraternal organizations on board as soon as possible. You will help facilitate that change. You, the members, will determine how we move forward from here. Okay? You've been suffering for a long time. The suffering will be over soon. I guarantee it. So, sit tight. We have a lot of work to do. I'm certainly up for the task. My executive board is up for the task, and we are going to better this union, and we're going to make it better for you. I intend on changing the bylaws. I intend on putting term limits in place. I believe that 2 terms as a president and as an executive board is enough. You can decide if that's enough. Maybe we'll go to 3 terms, but certainly within a 20-year period that you have to work on this job, you should see at least 1 replacement of the union. It's healthy to do that. Anyone in place for too long, it just leads to complacency. I don't believe that that should happen. I also believe that anybody that wants to run for an executive board position should be able to do so. You shouldn't have to be a delegate or board member to do it. Anyone with the enthusiasm should be able to do it, because at the end of the day, do you know who decides Who gets the positions? You, the membership. You decide who gets it and who doesn't get it. So it doesn't matter who runs. If you want them, they will be there. These are just a few of the things that I intend to do within the first 30 to 60 days in my position. I'm certainly up for suggestions. Please log on to the COBA website. I'm going to have it updated. There's going to be a suggestion area where I'd like for you to put your suggestions in, and I guess this begins the new COBA. God bless you all. I intend to work tirelessly to make sure that correction officers get back on the map. I intend to change public opinion of us, and I intend to make us law enforcement officers with credibility in the city of New York. God bless you. God bless your families, and I look forward to working with you.